In today's news, George Olivier Jr. slapped with firearm and ammo charges. A tsunami advisory was issued and subsequently cancelled for the British Virgin Islands. Premier says solar program offers path to energy independence. And hundreds benefit from BVI Red Cross health fair and prostate screening. Well, viewers, these and many more stories when 284 News return.
Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman by yours truly, Ron Grant, presents Season 7. Introducing Travi Rose, Creative Director. Alex Lake, Businessman. Sean Black, Cinematographer. Dakari Wheatley Adams, Content Creator. Donandre Millwood, Educator and Musician. Hashim Dream, Entertainer. James Todman Sr., Contractor. Dr. Albert Tompkins, Psychotherapist. Walter Barrett, Author. Rakim Todman, Producer and Engineer. Kamal Letson, Photographer. Roosevelt Smith III, Sales Manager and Hospitality Professional. Leland Abraham, IT Technician and Cybersecurity Analyst. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman Season 7, every Wednesday at 8 p.m., exclusively on 284 Media. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redefine yourself through the stories of real-life heroes. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman Season 7, Raising a Generation of Greatness. Voted Top 35 Gentlemen Podcast worldwide by FeedSpot and BI Icon Award winner.
Welcome viewers to the Monday, February 10th, 2025 edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Well, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force has formally charged 32-year-old George Olivier Jr. with possession of a prohibited firearm and 2 counts of unlawful possession of explosives after a targeted operation in the Treadfall area on Friday, February 6, 2025. Olivier, who was arrested with 2 other males, was found in possession of 35 rounds of 45 caliber ammunition and 1 round of 9mm ammunition. He remains in police custody as he awaits his appearance before the magistrate's court. It remains unclear whether the 2 other males whose identities have not been released will be charged in relation to the matter. The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force noted that it continues its aggressive campaign against illegal firearms and gun-related crimes. Acting Commissioner Jacqueline Vanterpool reaffirmed law enforcement's commitment to ensuring community safety, stating, "The public is reminded that possessing unlicensed firearms and ammunition is a serious offense, and lawful enforcement will take all necessary actions to ensure the safety of the community," end quote. Authorities urge anyone with information regarding illegal firearms or suspicious activities to contact Crime Stoppers at 800-8477 or the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force Intelligence Unit at 368-9339. All reports will be handled with strict confidentiality. Well, viewers, over the weekend on Saturday, February 8th, a tsunami advisory was issued for the British Virgin Islands and subsequently cancelled. The confirmation was received from the Department of Disaster Management in a media update after 9 p.m. A powerful earthquake with a magnitude of 7.6 struck north of Honduras at 7:23 p.m. on Saturday, prompting tsunami concerns for Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the British Virgin Islands. Monitoring agencies had initially noted that the generation of tsunami waves were not yet confirmed, but warned neighboring countries and territories of a significant threat of hazardous and strong sea level fluctuating with currents in coastal areas, harbors, and beaches. Emergency services across Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands closely monitored the situation and later updated their citizens on the all clear following news that activity related to the earthquake had subdued. Now moving on, viewers, to some energy news in the renewable energy sector, where Premier Natalia Wheatley, Dr. Natalia Wheatley that is, has directly linked recent infrastructure damage in the Virgin Islands to climate change, citing increased rainfall and more intense storms as evidence of growing environmental challenges, Premier Wheatley said during the launch of the Solar Technology Energy Program. The former Environment Minister emphasized the territory's opportunity to become a global example for sustainable practices.
I'm a former Minister of the Environment. I would go to these conferences where we discuss the existential threat of climate change. Persons must realize those superstorms, Hurricane Irma, Maria, Hurricane Dorian, the increased rainfall that Director of Public Works has to cope with all the time. These things which have been destroying our infrastructure, they are caused by climate change. More frequent and more intense storms. And we have a responsibility, even though, as the General Manager said, the Caribbean region contributes very small amounts of carbon emissions in comparison to the rest of the world. We can be an example to the rest of the world. And we're small enough to show persons this is how you're supposed to do as a community. This is how you're supposed to behave. This is how you're a responsible member of the world community. We can be a test case for others.
The territory has set an ambitious target of generating 30% of its electricity from renewable energy sources by 2030. The Premier noted that this goal aligns with the Solar Technology Energy Program, which aims to expand solar energy adoption across the islands.
And I know that we set an ambitious target some years ago of having, I think, at least 30%, I believe it was, of our electricity production come from alternative means by 2030. And with initiatives like this, those type of ambitious targets will be within reach.
Premier Wheatley highlighted economic benefits beyond environmental protection, noting that approximately 30 residents have been certified in solar panel installation through a program at the H. Laverty-Stoutt Community College, supported by Unite BVI and other stakeholders.
I also have to speak about some of the economic benefits in addition to what the General Manager mentioned. We also have young persons in this community who are seeking to have a career. And what an exciting career that you can have in installing these solar panels. Some years ago, we initiated a program through the H. Laverty-Stoutt Community College with the support of Unite BVI and some other stakeholders. And I think we produced upwards of 30 persons who are certified to be able to do this type of work. And with the installation of these solar panels through the STEP program, we see that a career in this industry is something that is truly sustainable. And we would certainly encourage, we welcome the comments by the General Manager about, continuing those type of programs, perhaps through HLSCC. And that is something that is extremely, extremely exciting for me. And we have to step into the future. We have to step into a more sustainable future. And that is what we do with this STEP program.
The Premier also addressed energy security concerns, pointing to global conflicts' impact on fuel prices. He noted that solar initiatives help stabilize energy costs by harnessing the island's abundant sunshine. Well, viewers, up next, more news from across the BVI and a look into Turks and Caicos Islands politics. Stay tuned.
Start the year off with more speed, more downloading, more savings, and more Fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second, super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI, CCT Fire, and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
Welcome back, viewers. Nearly 500 men from across the British Virgin Islands took advantage of free healthcare screenings and prostate examinations at the recently concluded BVI Red Cross Men's Health Fair and Prostate Screening event held on Virgin Gorda and Tortola. Now, in its 22nd year, the annual event kicked off on February 1st at the Catholic Community Center in Virgin Gorda and continued with 2 days of comprehensive health testing at a multipurpose sports complex in Tortola from February 7th to 8th. According to BVI Red Cross Director Ms. Stacey Lloyd, a total of 493 men participated in the initiative, with 74 attending in Virgin Gorda and 419 in Tortola.
It's been pretty good. We've been having a very steady crowd. We started at 6 o'clock this morning, but the guys were lined up from like 5:30, 5 o'clock. So we did meet a very small crowd, and we quickly got them in, got them out. Again, we've been doing this for over 22 years, and so we have a process. This is the first time that we've been using the multi-purpose complex. So it just took a while for us to get our flow, but once we got the flow, the crowd has been steady, and the guys have been in and out.
I know while we're here at the multipurpose sports complex, you guys would have had your staging already on Virgin Gorda. Just recap in terms of how that one would have went as well. And I do know that there were measures in place to assist the sister island of Antigua as well, and those perhaps on Joss Van Dyke who may want to either go VG or come here as well. Speak on that.
Yeah, Virgin Gorda was a bit slow. We saw about 80 men. We were not able to get any men from Antigua because that day the sea was very rough. So we didn't want to take the chance in terms of getting them over. However, we did get a good amount of persons from Joss Van Dyke here today. So that was good. And again, the flow over there was pretty steady. We didn't get as much as we usually do. There was 2 big funerals and a lot of competing events.
Lloyd also confirmed that most test results from Virgin Gorda had already been returned, revealing that some showed abnormal readings, necessitating further medical follow-ups.
We did get a good amount of abnormal results. We've already started to contact the men to come in to start the referral process. Once we get the results, we only call the persons who have abnormal results. If you don't hear from us, that means your results are good, but you can still come to our head office in Johns Hole and get your results for your file and for your medical practitioner. Once the results are abnormal and we call you in, we first do the mental health part because some men are in denial. It's not good news to hear. So once they're willing to take that information, then we do a referral process where they can go on to a neurologist and actually get a specific treatment, do biopsy, more blood work, depending on where the cancer is, or if it's cancer, then the neurologist will then guide them through what treatment they would have to do.
Well, His Excellency Governor Daniel Pruse was also in attendance and underwent several health tests, while advocating for the importance of such initiatives in the territory.
I'm delighted to be able to come down here today and go through the health screening process myself. I'm 58 years old, so when you get to that age, going through these sorts of checks is really important. And there's nothing to be anxious about or fearful of. The opportunity to come here to the multi-sports complex and be able to go through these various checks, all in one place, I think is just fantastic. And it helps guys of my age to keep themselves informed on their general health, and if any of the tests or the screening do show up anything which needs a bit of further investigation or maybe is a cause of concern, it enables you to do that. So I think it's fantastic that the Red Cross, working with all the providers here, is able to give us all this opportunity to get these checks. And I know that you've got a few more days, haven't you? Certainly tomorrow you'll be up and running as well. People still have the opportunity to come down and get checked out if they haven't yet committed to do so. It's just men, just over 40, but it's a great opportunity to come and get checked out.
Well, the fair also featured several health-related booths, including Nutrilite, a brand specializing in vitamins, minerals, and dietary supplements. Representative Pete Smith highlighted Nutrilite's participation and how proper nutrition can benefit men's health across the Virgin Islands.
As Nutrilite representatives, we represent supplementation. In our diets, most of us don't get what we should get of our foods, whether it is how we prepare it or even how it's grown. And Nutrilite, raises food on their farms without any pesticides. And basically what you're getting is the fruit or the vegetable just ground up into a powder form and then compressed into a tablet form. So it's the actual food. It's the actual food that you're eating. So we've done this with the Red Cross. This is our fourth time with them, and we are thankful for the opportunity to bring this information to the men and talk to them about their health and how they can help, supplement what they're already doing. A lot of people have their own farms and they're doing their own things at home, and that's great, and we encourage everybody to do it. But where we fall short, Nutrilite steps in to help us bridge the gaps.
Okay. And what has been the main feedback you've received from some of the men that would have passed through here today? Because I'm sure a lot of persons may not be aware of, for one, what Nutrilite does, and then the fact that you can have these supplements through capsule format. Other than because when persons think about capsule, they think about, okay, when I'm sick I have to take this medication, but you're not looking at it from a nutritional standpoint. What's the greatest feedback you've received so far from the men that have passed through here today?
Well, some of the men are familiar with Nutrilite. Others, we go through the educational process, as people know. This is not just a pill for nothing. This is to help you maintain good health. I said, I spoke to one guy, I said, this is for your prostate. He said, well, my prostate is good. I said, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Keep it good. I said, if it gets to a certain point, I'm no help to you at that point.
While the BVI Red Cross Men's Health Fair and prostate screening continues to be a vital initiative in promoting men's health and early detection of potential medical conditions. With this year's strong turnout and critical screenings, the event remains a cornerstone in the territory's healthcare outreach efforts. Now moving on, viewers, the Progressive National Party secured a commanding victory in the Turks and Caicos Islands general election, winning 16 of 19 available seats in results announced early Friday morning. Premier Washington Masik's PNP maintained its dominant position, building on its 2021 performance when it won 14 of 15 seats. The opposition People's Democratic Movement, led by Edwin Astwood, claimed 2 seats, while an independent candidate won in South Caicos. Former Deputy Premier E.J. Saunders, who was dismissed by Masik in early 2024, secured a record-breaking 4,614 votes, the highest ever for an individual candidate in the territory's history. The election marked the first use of DS-200 voting machines in the territory. Crime, cost of living, and economic well-being dominated campaign discussions, particularly concerning rising gun violence and housing affordability on Providencials, the main island. Of the territory's approximately 47,720 residents, only 9,385 are registered voters. Premier Dr. The Honorable Natalia Wheatley has already issued congratulations to the TCI government. Well, viewers, up next, a recap of this weekend's CONCACAF games featuring Team BVI.
Start the year off with more speed, more downloading, more savings, and more fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second, super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI CCT Fire and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. But the British Virgin Islands fell to a 3-1 defeat against Trinidad and Tobago on Sunday, February 9th in Group B at the Estadio Nacional during the 2025 CONCACAF Men's Under-17 qualifiers. Trinidad and Tobago started aggressively with Josiah Kalisharan finding the net in just the 6th minute, heading home a well-placed cross to put the Soca Warriors in front, where Kalisharan scored a second, while Caden Trishral was the other scorer. For the BVI, Zavich Abraham managed a late goal to prevent a clean sheet for Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago will kick us off. They are going from left to right. And here in San Jose, Costa Rica, Tres Trail out to the far side. Good ball across into the middle, and there's the opening goal. Zaya Kalicharan has given Trinidad and Tobago a massive opening advantage here inside of 6 minutes. Caprietta plays the ball across. Oh, good save by Whiteside. Nelson blocked. Still not cleared. Tres Trail blocked. And then it ricochets in. Attempt. It ricochets it off the defender. So unfortunate. And Jewel Billingsley was just trying to. Lovely turn here on the near side by Nelson. Nelson looking for Kalicharan, and it's 3-0. He's got 2. Has taken over the match here. 2 very first half. Josiah Kalicharan in particular led the charge for the Soca Warriors. Costa Rica. It's going to be a huge game. Oh, and from the corner, it's gone in. The ball went over the line. The assist into there. I think that was the complaint from the Trinidad and Tobago. 3-1 win over the British Virgin Islands.
Well, after the match, BVI head coach Clinton Tenney Percival gave his assessment on the team's performance.
Coach Tenney, good game today. Obviously against one of the tougher teams in the tournament. How are your feelings about the game?
Well, first and foremost, I must say I'm very proud of the players. We started a bit slow. We didn't really get our footing as early as we would like to. And by that note, we conceded some early goals. And what I really like, after 30 minutes into the game, we actually come into our own. And personally, for me, I can say we actually dominated the last 50 to 60 minutes of the game because we had more opportunities than them. So I'm really proud to see the performance that the guys have put in, and I'm going to see them going from strength to strength.
A midfielder, Sam Sharma, was named the BVI's man of the match for his performance. He spoke after the game.
Sam, congrats man of the match today against Trinidad and Tobago. It's a big accomplishment against one of the favourites in the tournament. How do you feel about your performance today?
I feel like I played well. I feel like all the boys have played well. It took us about half an hour to really settle into the game, but after that I think we really knew where we stood in the game and how we had to cope with them, because obviously last game I thought we dominated and we enjoyed dominating the ball, whereas this game we had to sit in a little bit more, had to deal with all the pressure, and I think after half an hour we realised how to do it, and the final 60 minutes, I couldn't ask for anything better from the boys. I think we defended really well, we were confident on the ball, and we really believed that we could actually get a result out of the game, and it showed. We won 1-0 in that final 60 minutes, so I appreciate all the hard work all the boys put in.
And your performance tonight, very exceptional performance. How do you feel about the man of the match award?
I feel, again, very honoured. This is the first big tournament I played, so to be able to get man of the match at this high of a level, I feel honoured to do it, so thank you very much.
But the loss followed an impressive opening victory for the BVI, who defeated St. Martin 4-0 on Friday, February 7th in their Group B opener. BVI displayed confidence and attacking prowess, setting the tone for their tournament campaign. Take a look at that game.
Not this time. Everybody has a chance, and we're underway in Group B. 8 groups here and qualify for the World Cup. Ball played in, save made. Good quick reaction, stayed in play. How will they fare on corner number 5? High arcing ball this time, dropping in all the way over to Sharma, and it's in. Sam Sharma on the volley puts it side netting, and finally, the British Virgin Islands have a lead they so deserve. A dominant showing in this first half hour. Slotted through, flag comes up on Penman. Nice finish. Dropped in nicely for Sharma. Sam Sharma centering, fumbled in front, ball still loose, save made by Van de Paz. And there's a whistle to end half number 1. The British Virgin Islands lead 1-0 on the goal scored by... And we're underway in half number 2. Quick throw, Sharma centering, Penman goes for goal, save, loose in front, the rebound, oh, it's put over the bar. Loaded in, still loose in the 6, and it's placed in. Latrell Williams made no mistake on the volley, put it into the roof of the net, and it's 2-0. British Virgin Islands. Christopher Freeman off as well. Free kick played in from distance. The header perfectly placed. Oh, wow, that's brilliant execution for the British Virgin Islands. And finally, Studdard gets his goal. Back to Studdard. Goal Studdard has another. Oh, wow. Done in 2 different ways. A header from 5 yards out. Oh, look out. Mistake on the back end for Van de Paz. Left the goal open, but a challenge from behind. It's a free kick, not a penalty. And a no doubt about it red card for Fermin Marlin. And there is the final whistle. British Virgin Islands take the first matchup here in Group B.
BVI Football Association Technical Director Paul Deckel spoke after the game and expressed how proud he was with the team's performance.
Here with the Technical Director of the BVI FA, Paul Deckel. Paul, certainly a wonderful start for the BVI in the World Cup Under-17 tournament here in Costa Rica. First, tell me, how do you feel?
Well, I feel very proud. We saw the boys were able to put into play a lot of stuff that we did in training. So we're very proud of that. And the players that joined us from England, the overseas boys, made a great contribution tonight all around. And, very, very proud tonight.
Mm-hmm. And you spoke about the 6 overseas-based players. Their integration was very crucial. Tell me how you managed to integrate them into the team so smoothly.
Well, a lot of that is due to the work, again, of the staff. We were very purposeful in how we planned for this, in the preparation. We had an opportunity yesterday to work with them. And, they really fit in well and brought a good level of quality to what we're trying to do, and we saw it tonight.
First game against St. Martin, what was some of the positive takeaways from the BVI team?
Just the way we played as a team, the way we moved the ball together. We created a lot of chances, and just the way we played. We spoke about playing with pride. We spoke about respect, and the boys really put on. They showed that on the field tonight.
So we play against Trinidad the next game. Your country, you know them well. Tell me about the strategy that you think we are going to use in that game.
We're going to sit tonight based on what we saw tonight, and we're going to have a plan for that game. We have a belief in the team now. We spoke about belief, and we want to give it a good shot. So we are going to put our best foot forward as a staff and try to prepare the boys as good as we can. And again, we're going to go out there and give 100% for the country.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
The BVI will now turn its attention to host nation Costa Rica on February 11th and Guyana on February 16th. Well, and before we sign out, we join the regional community in wishing a happy belated independence to the Spice Isle Grenada, which celebrated last Friday. Telecommunications provider Caribbean Cellular Telephone Limited marked the occasion, featuring a Grenadian national who has made a home in the BVI but still uses the service to stay connected to her home.
My name is Mary Williams Klein. I've been in the British Virgin Islands about 40 years. I am originally from Grenada. Yeah, it's a spice. The national dish is one we call oil down. You make that dish from breadfruit, but you have to look for the one that is well full, In Grenada, You don't have no pastime because you always have something to do. Because your parents are very strict. Grenadians are very friendly people. We look out for each other. So this is at home. I love my country.
Well, viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.